you keep your eye on the ball of a £2 million problem, now you're going to be able to have sensible negotiations with the other side. Hello and welcome. This is Gordon, and on today's live a little bit earlier than normal because I was just finished a strategy session with one of my clients, and I just wanted to take you through how I don't say this because I always do great strategy sessions, but I do seem to have got this one particularly right, and I do tend to get more right than average. So here's what happened, right? A client presented with a problem, and he said, "Look, I'd like some time with you, and obviously I want to pay for that," which is really kind because some people expect the time to be given free, and so. I don't know why they think that it's okay. They wouldn't go into a supermarket and get their shopping for free, but sometimes they want the consultation for free. And I wouldn't mind if it was just a general consultation, but I get into the details and I get results for the person, so they're not general. Anyway, he said he wanted to think, and I said, "Look, I could have easily taken the easy way out because he was recommended to me, and I could have said, yeah, sure, I can do that. Let's book a time in for tomorrow. Here's my fee. And are you okay with that? Yeah, okay, let's book it in." But I didn't do that because I had absolutely no idea whether I could help him or not. So a lot of people would call me and they could ask for some advice. And if I don't know if I can help them, would it be fair to charge them for a consultation to help them if I don't know if I can help them? That wouldn't be fair, right? And obviously I didn't know him, but he knew of me through the referral, the person who recommended me. So it was really nice. So anyway, I had a conversation with him yesterday, and I really sort of got under the skin a little bit of the problem to find out what the problem really was, and it wasn't necessarily as presented, and what lengths was he willing to go to solve the problem. And when he gave me that, when I extract that information, I knew at that point that I could help him, and in fact I probably could help him very, very effectively. So I agreed to set up the meeting. We had that meeting today. It was quite quick because he wanted to deal with this. It was been playing on his mind, causing him some concern. And one of the things that came out today was that our conversation yesterday planted enough of a seed for him to go, "I've been thinking about this all night," because I had planted some decisions and a choice of decisions in there for him to think about for today's session, so that today we could get moving faster, moving better, because we will have had a discussion. He would have had a thought about it beforehand. And so today's discussion, I talked about 1, 2, 3 steps, right? So the first step was really finding out if I could help. The second step was really addressing the problem as he presented it, as he could see it. So I addressed it so he didn't think I was trying to evade the issue. I addressed that problem, but I said, "Look, here is why this isn't the real problem." And I explained my thinking, and he went, "You're absolutely right. You've really nailed it. That is really the thinking I need to bring into this. So can we go through that?" And we went through that for a bit longer. And we ended up with a result, and the result was not everything solved. The result happened to be the next step in how to negotiate on this point, because it wasn't a decision that had to be made. It was a decision on how to raise the issue, how to negotiate about it, because if he didn't have that negotiation discussion, it wasn't in his control. So we had to do that. And so we spent a bit of time piecing it together and giving him a step-by-step process. I always do things in step-by-step processes, a step-by-step process to approach the negotiation, on how to set up the negotiation, how to lay it out, how to address it if it went the wrong way, and how to get the point across, and why the point was so important to get across. And we then came full circle and said, "Look, here's the original problem you presented with. This problem can be solved if it can be done in this way. If it isn't, we need the alternative." That's what we've now laid out. We've laid out the alternative position, and now you're left with then having a negotiation between where you are now, where you want to get to, and now you've got some points in between that you can go, well, if you can't do that, let's negotiate on this. If we can't do that, let's negotiate on that. And if we can't do that, I know where my walkaway position is, and I know what I need to do next. And so we laid all of that out. It was really, I really enjoyed it, because not only could he see where I was taking him, he appreciated each step of the way. It sort of opened his thinking to new ways of thinking about the problem. It opened his thinking into how the other person might respond. I'm pretty good at channeling, I call it, what the other person might respond like when they tell me what they're like. I then go, well, if that was me, I would have thought it would be this. He might reply that. He goes, oh, that's exactly right. He would definitely do that. I can sense it. And it was a process of getting from a position of uncertainty to not only a better position to go and negotiate with, but a whole load of extras that he hadn't been thinking about. And the final point was that we weren't then thinking about a problem of this or that. I said, the problem you've got is a £2 million problem. He knew exactly why I said it. It's a £2 million problem, not the problem as you first defined it. So when you keep your eye on the ball of a £2 million problem, now you're going to be able to have sensible negotiations with the other side, because you truly understand what is at stake. All right, so if you've got a £2 million or $3 million, whatever the equivalent is, for your problem, then think about it in a whole sense and look at alternative ways of thinking about it, because you may just be looking at it two-dimensionally, when in fact, maybe three-dimensionally or even four-dimensionally may be a better way of thinking about the problem to solve it. And if it's big enough, then it's worth that time to explore it. I think you'll agree. All right, this is Gordon wishing you well. You take care, and I'll speak soon. Bye-bye.